Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon here tonight with your AEW Rampage review on Friday night, August 27th, 2021. I am joined here tonight by, of course, the AEW Dynamite co-host, Wesley Williams, and the AEW Rampage co-host, Cameron Johnson. Boys, what is going on? How y'all doing, man? Cameron, start off with you. How you doing on this Friday evening after Rampage?
I am doing good, man. I am doing good. I'm doing good, man. You got done with another solid episode of AW Rampage. Not the best episode, not the best episode not the best episode AW has ever put on. But I don't think it's fair to expect, I don't think it's fair, really, right, to expect the great blowaway television each week. Even if the show is good, even if the show is good, even if the show's not blowaway, the thing that matters to me is that it's a good show. So I thought this was a good show tonight. Joseph, I like the UNC hat you repping, my boy. UNC fans represent. I like that hat right there. I live about 15 minutes away from UNC, so I like that hat you got on there. What's good, Wesley, man? How you doing, bro?
Doing well, man. Yeah, good show. The opening match, I cannot wait to talk about that opening tag match. One of the best tag matches I've watched all year, undoubtedly. I feel like people undermined this match tonight, like when they were hyping it up for tonight, like the people who were actually there in Milwaukee. But because when I watched this, man, I was like, good Lord, this is an amazing match. And man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, get this guy on every AEW show from now on, please. This guy's energy is so great, man. It's like the energy you see from him is a true pro wrestling fan reactions to what he's watching, man. I love the fact that they kept panning over to him during the tag match, and they just kept showing how pumped up he was. And I mean, man, Giannis doing business with AEW, it's just great stuff, man. Tony Khan is a great businessman. But at this point, AEW is just trying to build up for All Out. They're just kind of trying to get by. It's crazy, man. All Out's next weekend. Pretty wild to think about, man. It's already next weekend, but I think at this point, they're just trying to get that last final build in. But man, I'm excited for All Out. We got a couple more matches added to the show on September 5th, man, and it is going to be such an amazing night.
Yeah, next week is absolutely loaded for AEW with All Out week. Okay show tonight. I thought not good, but not bad as well. I tweeted this out. So last tweet I had from Rampage tonight. If someone in AEW is watching this video, please never go to Milwaukee ever again. That was probably the worst AEW crowd I think I've ever seen for Dynamite or Rampage. Just y'all just did not bring it in Milwaukee. I don't know what it was, but Milwaukee is not the best wrestling market. But really quick before we get into the show tonight, myself and Wesley talked about Booker T's comments and his horrible comments about CM Punk and saying that he struck out. Absolutely horrible. We went over that Wednesday. What we're going to go over tonight with Cameron Johnson is someone who actually had positive words, and it's quite shocking. Jim Cornette had some very positive words about CM Punk and his debut at Rampage last Friday. He said, I would have done it a different way, but the way they did it, it was perfect. And the way they did it probably wouldn't be better than my way. Now, another thing that I am going to add to this is Tony Schiavone said on his I think Tony Schiavone has a podcast, right?
I think so. He has one with Aubrey, the Unrestricted podcast. So.
Yeah.
I think he has one with Conrad Thompson, too. So I think he does.
Yeah. Whatever it was, on one of his podcasts, he revealed that he was the original plan was going to be him standing in the ring with a microphone, introducing CM Punk, and that was the original plan until they got to the United Center, and Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone and CM Punk all agreed that it should just be crowd chanting CM Punk, and CM Punk just walks out there with himself. No Tony Schiavone, no Justin Roberts, and that's exactly the way it went. Kudos to all three of them for making that decision because I don't think it would have been bad, but the moment might have not been that special. If you had Tony Schiavone in there saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk," and here he comes. Instead, they did that this past Wednesday. And I just want to talk about that for a little bit. So we got two topics to talk about. Um, I'm going to start with Wes, and then we'll get to Cameron. Wes, what do you think about Tony Schiavone and changing that up, and then your comments on what Jim Cornette had to say?
Yeah, I think it was the best decision to just have Punk come out there. No bells and whistles to it. Just simply play Colt's personality on the PA, have Punk come out and just live in the moment. And that's what made that moment so special, and a moment that we're going to remember as pro wrestling fans for the rest of our lives. I mean, still cannot stop talking about how wonderful of a debut it was. I mean, I don't think it really could have gone any better. I mean, it was just such a special, special moment. And Jim Cornette, man, of all people, praised it, said it was perfect. Jim Cornette, the guy who pretty much disdains AEW, had nothing but praise for AEW, for Tony Khan, and for CM Punk and the way that he went about his promo. And it's like everybody but Booker T it was a fan of this promo. But I already went on my little rant back on the Dynamite review this past Wednesday. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go back and watch that. I go off a little bit on Mr. Booker T and his stupidity. But yeah, it's just great to see wrestling fans just come together overall and just praise what AEW is doing. Not just with CM Punk, but just like what they're doing overall with this product, man. It's wonderful to just see it grow more and more, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and I love it.
Cameron?
First off, I just want to say, I think Jim Cornette put the crack fight down, ladies and gentlemen. I think that crack fight Jim Cornette has been smoking for a good little while. I think he finally put the crack fight down. So it was absolutely great to see. When you've struck gold. You've struck gold, or not even Jim Cornette can shit on it. When Jim Cornette got to sit there and go, "Damn man, that was perfect." You've struck gold. You've struck gold, and for Jim Cornette to praise AEW was a big shocker to me because it was a big shocker to me because I think he hates everybody on the AEW roster. Because I think he hates everybody on the AEW roster, and I know he hates Kenny and the Bugs. So it was absolutely shocking to me for him to praise CM Punk's debut the way he did. The Punk's debut was absolutely perfect. This was much better than having Tony Schiavone out there. The fact that they opened Rampage, and his cult of personality was the first thing you heard. It was a hook, line, and sinker moment, and they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. This could not have gone any better for AEW. So CM Punk being there is absolutely amazing. It's going to be something people talk about for years and years and years. And yeah, this is absolutely great. Jim Cornette put that damn crack pipe down.
Also, by the way, how dare I forget this? Tonight during SmackDown, I did not watch SmackDown, but there was a huge report that came out during SmackDown, according to Cassidy Haynes. Bryan Danielson, guys, he's going to be at All Out next weekend. It's not going to be at Arthur Ashe. He's going to be at All Out next week, apparently. I can't wait, man. We just saw CM Punk come back, and now Bryan Danielson's about to come in and be all elite. Man, I mean, I'm excited to see what he does. If it was me booking this and seeing what he does to come in, I think the perfect guy for his first feud would be with Miro for the TNT Championship. If that was me, that's what I would do. Cameron Johnson, your thoughts about Bryan Danielson possibly showing up at All Out next weekend?
Daniel Bryan potentially showing up at All Out next weekend. This is a big shock. This is a big shock. I think the news, hell, I even think the news of Tony Khan signing both CM Punk and Daniel Bryan were huge news. Daniel Bryan in particular, because I thought Daniel Bryan was a lifer in WWE. I really did. I thought Daniel Bryan was a man who was going to spend the rest of his career there. He was going to spend the rest of his career there. He was a main man there, one of the biggest names in the company. He seemed to have a nice, little cushy spot in creative. His wife still works for the company. So I thought he was just going to be there for the rest of his career. But him coming over to AEW, I think is an absolute shocker. And him coming over to and him debuting it all out is going to be massive. That's going to be massive. We got Punk, Bryan, and Adam Cole potentially on his way to AEW, and on their way to AEW. And Tony Khan said something today that really struck with me. Tony Khan today said that what AEW is doing outside of WWE cannot be rivaled. Nobody else has done this. And you look at the talent roster that they've put together, I think this is an argument to be not only the best talent roster in the world, but the best talent roster of all time from any promotion ever. And now you add Daniel Bryan to that. AEW is the place to be. It is the promotion to watch. And it's just absolutely amazing to see, man. Final countdown's going to hit. And that route in Chicago is going to come unglued.
Oh man, I'm thinking about it right now, man. The final countdown playing on the PA system next weekend at All Out. Wesley Williams, the floor is yours, and then we're going to talk about Rampage.
Well, I think it shouldn't surprise anybody that I am absolutely 100% excited for this, man. I mean, people already know, for those who have been watching the podcast, you already know that I love Bryan Danielson to death. He's my favorite wrestler. And, man, this news that broke tonight, I mean, I smiled from ear to ear, man. The second I read that article from bodyslam.net, my heart started racing, man. I mean, I'm just head over heels right now, man. I love just seeing stuff like this in pro wrestling, man. It just gets me so excited, so happy. And I'm not sure how they're going to debut him at All Out. I don't really want to think about that too much right now. The fact that he's coming, the fact that he's showing up September 5th, and is just blowing my mind. I was hoping he'd show up at Arthur Ashe, man, but All Out, whether it's All Out or Arthur Ashe, the fact that Bryan Danielson is coming to AEW is just massive, massive, massive news. It's just going to get bigger and bigger for AEW, man. And I was keeping an eye on Twitter tonight. Of course I don't watch SmackDown, but I wanted to, make sure that, in case Adam Cole maybe showed up tonight, because I know he canceled his stream today. So that was like, they're throwing some curveballs at us right now. They're wanting to like kind of get us back and forth here, but no Adam Cole. And I'm saying this here right now, Adam Cole is all elite. He didn't show up on Raw. He didn't show up on SmackDown. He's all elite. There's no way the guy loses a takeover and he doesn't show up on Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam. And if that doesn't happen, then he's all elite bound, and that's the case, man. And I mean, and then there's reports with Bray Wyatt. I heard reports that he could come over to Impact, which would be a freaking insane get. I would hope Impact would have enough money to offer Bray Wyatt to come on over there. That would be a massive get. But yeah, man, it's just amazing. And man, I mean, the amount of times I've already been listening to the final countdown, like here, just in the here in my room and just here in my house and stuff. And the amount of times I've listened to the final countdown is probably way more than I was actually listening to it like before, like all this Bryan Danielson stuff came out with AEW. Man, I've just been like listening to it and just being like, I'm gonna freaking hear this with a crowd full of people, a crowd full of wrestling fans going crazy, and I'm just thinking about it. It's like I dream about it, man. Like when I'm going to sleep at night, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a freaking awesome moment, man. And if AEW has shown us anything, man, they definitely know how to deliver with big appearances. So we'll probably promise a couple other surprises for All Out too, not just Bryan Danielson. I mean, we could see Adam Cole. He is a free man now. After tonight, he is a free man. Once that clock strikes midnight, he is a free man. He can go wherever he wants. And then Ruby Soho, she's been posting a lot of vignettes online. She will probably early prediction. I do believe she will be the Joker in the Women's Battle Royal. I do believe she will be the Joker card because I feel like they're going to have something definitely big planned for that. Ruby Soho, you can't get any bigger than that for the Women's Battle Royal. But It's just a great time, man. It's all this stuff. It's just a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. It's a great time to be an AEW fan.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we're gonna get into Rampage, but really quick, part of All Out Week here on the Big Fight Field channel, we have preview and predictions for the big pay-per-view, and I tweeted it out tonight, and I'm happy to announce that Thursday, coming up on the Big Fight Field channel, I am going to be joined by two really good friends on the channel. I'm going to be having Gamers Goon and Indigo Uchiha for preview and predictions for AEW All Out. That is going to be Thursday.
All-star lineup right there. That is an
All-star.
all-star lineup right there.
All-star, baby.
Yep. So it's going to be me, it's going to be Gamers Goon, it's going to be Indigo Uchiha Thursday night for AEW All Out preview predictions. Rampage was live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hopefully that's the last time I'm ever saying live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We open up the show with the Jurassic Express against the Lucha Bros in the finals of the tag team eliminated tournament. I felt like this match should have been the main event, but it's whatever. That match opened up the show. The match was an absolute banger. If you expect me to tell you the match move by move, you're not going to get that here. You're just going to have to go on DVR or on demand and find Rampage or watch it on YouTube. You got to go see this match, as the match was an absolute banger to open up the show. If it was in front of a hotter crowd, it would have been probably 5 times better than it was, but it was still a banger. The only criticism that I have about this match, and you all know how much I just can't stand this spot. So Jungle Boy and Penta are in the ring. Jungle Boy throws Penta outside, and Penta immediately goes to stand with Luchasaurus. And him, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt are standing there for like a minute and a half while Jungle Boy and Ray Phoenix are doing their thing. And they're just standing there so they could catch Jungle Boy. After Ray Phoenix hit the Hurricane Rana. I mean, spots like that just look absolutely ridiculous. The fact that he went over there and immediately stood next to Luchasaurus, I mean, I was like, oh God, here we go again with these spots. But outside of that, the match was awesome. Penta hit Jungle Boy with a destroyer on the apron, so that took Jungle Boy out of the match. It was then 2-on-1. The Lucha Bros hit Penta hit a super kick on a Luchasaurus, I think, or a Phantom Driver or whatever. Luchasaurus kicked out at 1, and then the Lucha Bros did their super kick 3 times. Luchasaurus kicked out, and then they did the package pile driver. Penta covered Luchasaurus. And the Lucha Bros are going to All Out, and they're going to face the Young Bucks for the Tag Team Championships. What Ray Phoenix is going to do in that cage is beyond me, and I want to see what he's going to do in that match, because he's going to do something that's going to be like, wow, I just can't believe we just saw that. But this was a banger match. The Lucha Bros are going to All Out, and they are going to face the Young Bucks. Cameron Johnson, what are your thoughts on all of this, pal?
I thought the match itself was. I thought this was a really fun match, really fun way to open up Rampage. Really fun way to open up Rampage. 2 of the best tag teams in the world. I love the Lucha Bros. I love the Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express. They're probably my favorite tag team in all of AEW, and that's solely thanks to Jungle Boy. I'm a really big Jungle Boy fan. But I thought this was a lot of fun. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that spot you said earlier that you really don't like. My issue wasn't with the spot itself. My issue was with why was this on camera. That's my issue with it. Why did the production crew put this on camera? You can clearly see on camera Marco's stunt, and you can clearly see on camera Marco's stunt, and Marco's stunt and Pentagon. Marco Stunt and Pentagon are getting ready in position to catch Jungle Jungle Boy and to catch Jungle Boy and Ray Phoenix. And I'm not saying at all that I just want Jungle Boy and Ray Phoenix to go out there and crash, and crash on the apron. No, I want these guys to catch each other because that's how you protect each other in wrestling. But why was that shown on camera? Why was that shown on camera? You couldn't have shown, you couldn't have shown Ray Phoenix and you couldn't have shown Phoenix and Jungle Boy brawling on the top rope or whatever, and then you cut to the dive, You had to get this on camera where you can clearly see them setting up. I don't like the fact that they do that. I think that needs to be changed. I think that really needs to be changed. I don't like the fact that they do that. But other than that, one minor criticism. Other than that, I thought this was a fantastic match. Fantastic match. Fantastic match. Lucha Bros get the win as expected. And I'm kind of torn. On this match because one, Ray Phoenix in that cage is going to do something absolutely masterful. I cannot wait. I just hope he doesn't kill himself up there. But two, I really want the Lucha Bros to win the tag team titles at All Out. I really do. But at the same time, I still think the right move is Santana Ortiz winning the tag team titles in New York at that Arthur Ashe Stadium show. So I'm really, really torn on this here. But either way, whatever decision AEW goes with, I trust AEW. I trust AEW. So whatever decision they go with is fine with me. This match was absolutely bangers, and I can't wait to see what Ray Phoenix does in that cage. Man.
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, absolutely amazing tag team match, man. Live AEW's live wants to get in dead walkie, but I at least appreciate the fact that they had enough energy to show in this tag team match. At least they had that, because I was like, you have got to make some sort of noise for what these four guys are doing. Like this was an absolutely fantastic match. And I mentioned it on Twitter, man, that's got to be one of the best tag team matches I've watched all year. Definitely the best Rampage match up to this point, man, because there's not been a better match than that, and we're only in the third weekend of Rampage, but so far I'd say that's my top match for Rampage right now. But yeah, absolutely great, man. Great finals match to decide who will face the Young Bucks. Obviously, it was the Lucha Brothers, and man, we've seen what these four guys can do in a big tag team setting. Of course, a couple of years back at All Out, the AAA tag team title ladder match. We saw the insane things they pulled off in that match, man. Now they're going to be inside of a steel cage. And, like you guys have been mentioning, man, Ray Phoenix, I think we're all just waiting to see what in the world is Ray Phoenix going to do on that cage. He's probably going to tightrope walk on top of the freaking rungs on the steel cage, do something insane. It's going to be wild. We're probably going to see a Canadian destroyer off the top of the cage through like two tables stacked on each other. Who knows, man? These guys are going to get creative.
Wesley, you know what I'm thinking we might see in this match here? Do you remember this? This was in the early days of TNA. This may have been around 2004. There was a steel cage match for the tag team titles. America's Most Wanted. James Storm and Chris Harris against, I think it was Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper, but I know Elix Skipper was in this match. Have you seen the spot?
In
that match, the spot that was absolutely insane was Elix Skipper tightrope from one end of the cage to the other and delivered a Hurricane Rana to, I think it was Chris Harris of America's Most Wanted. I'm telling you, man, I think we see a repeat of that spot. And if you have not seen that spot, and for the people watching this video, if you've not seen that spot, type in Elix Skipper, and that should be one of the first things that comes up. It's from the early days of TNA in 2004. I think we see that again here with Ray Phoenix. I think we do. And if we do, I hope they don't kill themselves.
What?
What's the name?
Elix Skipper.
Elix?
Elix. Yeah, Elix.
I have to watch this when we're done now.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely one of TNA's best spots ever. Like when people think about TNA, like that's one of the moments they go back and watch is Elix Skipper doing that insane Hurricane Rana, like tightrope walking the cage. That I definitely vividly remember that spot, man. And TNA, man, back in the golden days, with they putting on some bangers and some crazy spots, man. You had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, all of them there. Hey, you're watching it right now, Joseph?
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Yeah, I could definitely see them. And that could probably be them paying homage to that spot. Because, I mean, they are partnered up with Impact, so might as well pay some homages to, big time moments in TNA history. So, but it's going to be great, man. That tag team match is probably one of my, most anticipated matches for All Out, as I'm sure it is for so many other people, man. But this card is really, really stacked now, man, with this match and another match we're about to talk about here that's been added to the card. This All Out card is looking really, really nice.
And we're going to talk about that right now as God's favorite champion, Miro, came out. And he brung out a beat-up Fuego del Sol. What's new? What's new? Fuego del Sol beat up again. He's dragged out there. And Eddie King said, I will forgive you, but I need a response from you first. I need you to do the right thing. And then it's bad enough that he beats him up. He pulls the poor guy's masks off and exposes his face in front of national television. Well, he covered it up in time, but he pulls his damn mask off. Then Eddie Kingston comes out, and they brawl for a little bit. Referees pull apart, and we're going to get Eddie Kingston versus Miro at the All Out pay-per-view. And should be a great match. And if I had to be honest, though, I'd probably save this match for the Arthur Ashe show. I don't think, just like Double or Nothing had 9 matches. It was a fantastic show, but I think 7 or 8 matches is good for a pay-per-view. 9, I guess, is all right, as long as Paul White and QT have like a 20-minute match. I think we'll be okay. And then you all right there, Wes?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I don't know if I really appreciate that comment, but
Look here, man.
it's
Look here,
okay.
man. Quality television,
I
Marshall.
will be like Miro. I will forgive you for your sins. It's okay. I will forgive you for your sins, Joseph. It's okay.
Quality television, Marshall. That's why his name is QT. Quality television, Marshall.
That's it right there, man. Quality television, Marshall. But Miro and Kingston's going to face each other at All Out. It should be great for the TNT Championship. Thoughts? Go ahead, Wes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a great match. I love the little brawl they had tonight. Just kind of, just teasing us for the actual match at All Out. Yeah, it would have been nice if they saved this for Arthur Ashe, just because Kingston obviously is from New York, and it just would have been great. I'm sure they'll still have something big planned for Kingston at Arthur Ashe, as I'm sure they'll also have something big planned for Santana Ortiz as well. But yeah, this is still going to be a banger of a TNT title match, man. That little brawl we had tonight on Rampage was, a great little tease for what is to come with these two guys. But yeah, it's going to be a great, showdown. It's going to be a hard-hitting match, and I'm here for it.
Cameron?
We got Eddie and Miro at All Out. I am very much looking forward to this match here. This is the direction I was hoping they would go. This is the direction I was hoping they would go with Miro and Eddie Kingston, and I'm glad that they're going with it. Glad they're going with this direction. This match at All Out is going to be a banger, man. It's going to be a banger. And I'm kind of torn on this match too. Because I don't know who I want to win that match. I don't think Miro should be losing right now, but if they're to put that championship on Eddie Kingston, they wouldn't get any complaints out of me. It's another match where I'm torn on the finish. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. It's gonna be great.
And by the way, before we get into the next match, did y'all see that new logo for NXT? I just took a look at on Twitter. I don't know if the NXT's going on Nickelodeon or what, but that felt like a 2019 asked for AEW Dynamite, if I'm not mistaken.
You can't beat them, join them. Can't beat them, join.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not so good, but I'm done watching NXT. I got out before it could get any worse, and seeing that logo tonight, man, how the mighty have fallen. It is just sad to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And then also, I'm on Twitter right now, and according to Fightful, But really quickly, according to Fightful, WWE made a trademark for the name the House of Monet. That sounds similar to the House of Black, or is it just me? I don't.
Again, if you
Yeah.
can't beat them, join them. You can't beat them,
Right.
join 'em.
Hey, I mean,
You
but
can't beat them,
remember,
join 'em.
guys. Remember, AEW's not competition, though. You just got to remember that. It's a key
Oh
phrase. We got
yeah,
to
that's
remember.
right.
AEW is not competition. Remember that. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally not a response to the House of Black from Malachi Black, but it's not like the House of Monet is going to be better. So, who
Yeah.
cares?
Hey, sorry, WWE. You missed the mark on the cool factor. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Kaya might be better to look at than Malachi Black, but it ain't gonna be a better faction.
Yeah. Um. Moving on, we had the Bunny go up against Ty Conti. This match was pretty sloppy, I think. Not the best match they've had together. They've had better matches. The Bunny won after Penelope Ford walked down, distracted Ty, and the Bunny hit Ty Conti with brass knucks. And the Bunny got the win, and that's all I have to really say about it. Nothing really that much special to say about it. Cameron, your thoughts real quick?
I'm not happy. Tay Conchi I'm not happy Tay Conchi lost to the Bunny here, but
No.
I understand why that. But I understand why that happened. But first off, this is me personally. I thought Penelope Ford was the best part of this entire thing. I thought she was the best part of this entire thing, to be perfectly honest with you. But kind of makes me wonder with Allie getting a new ally in Penelope Ford for the Battle Royal. It's Tay Conchi. We gonna see the return of Anna Jay soon. Is she gonna be making her return in the Women's Casino Battle Royal? That's what I was kind of thinking about there. But yeah, not really a fan of this match here. And I wasn't a fan of the distraction finish either. So I wasn't a fan of the distraction finish either.
Wes?
Yeah. Decent. Okay. You know, nothing really to take away from it. But I think the only kind of interesting thing to maybe take out of it is, you know, with Penelope Ford seemingly now aligned with Bunny. Yeah, like Cameron, like you just said, Anna Jay maybe could be making her return soon, which I've really missed Anna Jay, and I really would love to see her back on AEW television because she really has been sorely missed. I've really missed her, and you know, just being in the Dark Order segments and stuff, and you know, of course, we all know Anna Jay's best friends with Ty Conti, so it makes all the sense in the world for her to back up her best friend. But yeah, it was just it was a match on the show, and it was okay for what it was. But I love me some Ty Conti, man, and we'll. I think she'll definitely have a great showing in the women's battle royal. So
Next week is a stacked week for AEW as we're going to run down what we got advertised for Dynamite and Rampage real quick. Dynamite, Wednesday night, we got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Cage. Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans. FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. And added tonight, we got an 8-man tag between the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers against Jurassic Express and the Lucha Brothers. Also, a sit-down interview with Jim Ross to Chris Jericho, and a backstage interview with Tony Schiavone to MJF. And then Friday on Rampage, we thought this match was going to be on Dynamite Wednesday. It's going to be on Rampage this next Friday. We're getting Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia just 2 days away until Darby Allin goes one-on-one with CM Punk. And then the main event of tonight's show, again, a match I really don't have much to say about. Kenny Omega and Brandon Cutler against Christian Cage and Frankie Kazarian. I mean, Omega was ducking Christian the entire match. Brandon Cutler was basically the bodyguard. I will say this, though. Two things. Number one, Brandon Cutler is playing his role excellent. Y'all can give Brandon Cutler the criticism and the hatred all you want, but he's playing his role absolutely brilliantly. Did y'all hear the new nickname that he's got? What Excalibur was calling him tonight? His new nickname is the Corporate Stooge. I
I love it.
absolutely, I love it, man. He's playing his role brilliantly right now. I got to get your thoughts on this real quick. Cameron, you first.
Bruce Prichard and Mr. McMahon will love Brandon Cutler right now. The corporate stooge, they will love him right now. But Brandon Cutler, yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Even though I think Brandon Cutler was completely ridiculous out there. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point.
Exactly.
He's supposed to look ridiculous. He's supposed to look absolutely ridiculous out there. But yeah, I think Brandon Cutler has been doing a great job playing his role well. And I think Cutler's been doing a really good job playing his role well. Frankie Kazarian, the elite hunter, every time the elite's out there, he comes out. Every time the elite's out there, he comes out. But I like Frankie Kazarian, so there you go. And Christian Cage, I thought this was a standard. I was a standard tag team match. Really, nothing much to it. But served its purpose as it's uploading to Cage and Omega at All Out. So served its purpose. I thought it was fun.
Wes, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a very predictable main event. I think we all knew going into this who was taking the pinfall loss here, and of course it was Brandon Cutler. But he was pretty amusing tonight. I'll give him some credit. He, his little dance moves in the middle of the ring and the little dab he hit. It's fun stuff. It's like I'm happy they're having fun out there. So nothing really to take away from this main event. It was very predictable. Christian Cage and Frank Kazarian win. It's just help build more towards the world title match and All Out between Christian Cage and Kenny Omega. So that was the main event. And okay show. The opening tag, definitely, of course, best match of the night. That was definitely my favorite part of Rampage. Also, I wanted to mention this real quick. I don't think I've talked about this yet on the Rampage reviews, but I love the fact that they're doing these pre-main event interviews with Mark Henry conducting. I love that. Okay, that is a very good thing that they added to Rampage, and I hope they continue to do that. This is the third week now, third week of Rampage, and they're continuing to do it. So I think they know that it's a really good thing. They're going to continue to go with it. But I love that because it gives it a big fight feel, no pun intended, of course. But main event, but especially for the main event of your 1 hour show, it's like it gives it more importance. Even though this main event didn't really mean much of anything other than just building towards Cage and Omega and All Out, it still gave it some more importance because you had different sides here. You had the baby faces and the heels, talking about their thoughts coming into the main event. So it's really good, and I hope that you do. And Mark Henry's he's great in that role as a pre-main event interviewer.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up as well. It's old school. I like that feeling as well. And 3 weeks in, I feel like Mark Henry's he's doing a good job so far. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the AEW Rampage review here on the channel. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the review tonight. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. And now that I just said that, I don't know what happened because yesterday morning, Thursday morning this was, I woke up and I was at 419 subscribers. And I come home from work and I'm down to 415. So I have no idea if YouTube just took away bots or something like that. I have no idea, but YouTube, you gotta fix your problems there, man. I'm losing subscribers here. We gotta get that shit up, especially during All Out week. NFL season's gonna be up 2 weeks, and I'm actually dropping a video talking about some changes that are gonna be coming to the channel during the fall and for the remainder of the year. So tune into that tomorrow. Comment down below your thoughts about tonight's episode of Rampage. Hit the like button if you like what myself, Wesley Williams, and Cameron Johnson had to say about tonight's review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well at Colin_Joseph. Cam, plug your socials, my friend.
Well, before I do that, Joseph, I just want to say, if YouTube tripping, I'll be more than glad to go down to their headquarters and straighten them people out for you. Don't you even worry about that, man. I got you. Yes, sir. But okay. But on a serious note, follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. It is my Twitter. My Twitter name is QT Marshall Stand Account. Because y'all gonna stop disrespecting my man QT Marshall. Y'all gonna stop doing that. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting my man. But in all seriousness, though, follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. A lot of big things coming to the CNE podcast. We're working on something really big. That's all I can say right now, unfortunately. But after All Out, after Full Gear, we got something really big planned in the work. So we got something really big planned in the work. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast, available on all platforms.
Wes?
You already know. Follow me at big_West18 on Twitter. That is BIG_WES18. I talk about AEW Dynamite every Wednesday night. And of course, I talk about AEW Rampage every Friday night. You can catch me on Twitter and catch me on here on Big Fight Feel. Wednesday nights with Joseph Conlon, Friday nights with Joseph Conlon and Cameron Johnson. Folks, we just keep pumping out that content. And, you know, Joseph, you know, it's unfortunate what's going on with the subscribers, man. I don't know what's going on with those subscribers, but we got to get those numbers up. That's the big thing. So, people, if you're not already subscribed to Big Fight Feel, subscribe to Big Fight Feel. Support us, support myself, support Joseph, support Cameron Johnson. Support us on all of our platforms because we're bringing you the best AEW coverage you could ask for on a weekly basis. So why wouldn't you hit that like button? Why wouldn't you comment down below? And why wouldn't you subscribe? So subscribe to Big Fight Feel. Get that subscriber count back up for my man Joseph here. And folks, we'll be right back next Friday night with Rampage. And of course, I will be back with Joseph next Wednesday night to talk about AEW Dynamite, the go-home episode before All Out.
You guys, I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy.